everybody, my name is Harry Rice. I review games for the Montreal Canadiens. Tonight we are coming up live to talk about the Canadiens and Jets game that took place tonight. However, we do have a couple things to talk about first. Firstly, the least serious of them all. If you're wondering why the border around the video might look a bit off, it's because I'm starting to record 25 Days of Harry and I am using up the full screen. And the way I have my webcam cropped right now, it's cropped less than it usually is with the full webcam. So yeah, if you're wondering why it's off, there's that. Secondly, rest in peace to Matthew Perry. He passed away earlier today. Yeah, that's fucking tragic. He was something like 47, 52 years old, something like that. It's fucking insane. And thirdly, this is related to hockey, unfortunately. Not rest in peace, thankfully. Holy shit, not yet. As far as I know, right now, prayers to Adam Johnson's family right now. He took a skate to the throat earlier today. I saw the video. Don't go looking for it. Genuinely, like, you might have seen the Clint Malarchuk, Richard Zednick things and think, oh, it's nothing. No, this is worse. This is worse. You might not be able to see the impact, but the aftermath is absolutely, it's fucking terrible. So yeah, please don't go looking. There's gonna be sources out there right now that are saying, as I'm recording this, that are saying he's passed away. There's nothing legitimate right now. There is nothing to fully support that claim, as far as I can tell. By the time it's uploaded, we might get reports that he's fully stable, which is what I'm hoping for, or at least maybe not fully stable. He might not be at this point, but like he is stable. He's recovering. Yeah, there's gonna be reports, I think, legitimately coming out later tonight and into tomorrow. So, yeah, I'm not a God believing man, but I'll have him in my thoughts, and I think you guys should too as well. It's a fucking horrible incident that happened in the EIHL is the league that he plays in, and yeah, absolutely a horrible situation that happened there. Yeah, there's no good way to transition from that into the Habs game, so yeah, my thoughts go out to his family right now. I'm really hoping that Adam Johnson makes a full recovery, and yeah, hopefully he's able to play hockey again. I can't see with how it was that he will be able to, but I'm hoping that the best case scenario, he is able to again. And at the very least, that obviously that he lives. That's I think that's at the very least we can hope for right now. So yeah. The opening lines for the Canadiens tonight were Caulfield, Suzuki, Anderson, Harvey Pinard, Newhook, Slavkovsky, Pearson, Monahan, Gallagher, and Pezzetta, Evans, Armia. Matheson, Barron, Gooley, Jackeye, and Harris Kovacevic are on the blue line. So Caden Gooley steps into the lineup. Gustav Lindstrom, surprisingly, is the healthy scratch. I would have thought maybe it would have been Barron or Harris, just because they're a little bit younger. They can't afford that. They can't afford to take a couple games off. But yeah, Lindstrom is out, and so is Jesse Ullinen as Joel Armia comes back into the lineup. Caden Primo, also, I guess, technically a healthy scratch, but I think he was that last game as well. Jake Allen gets to start tonight after he had a solid performance last game that he played. Montembeault backs him up after getting the win in his last game. The opening lines for the Jets were Connor, Scheifele, Iafallo, Perfetti, Nemestikov, Ehlers, Niederreiter, Lowry, Appleton, and Barron of the Morgan variety. I should say Justin Barron was on the Canadiens and Morgan is on the Jets. But Barron, Kupari, Gustafsson, Morrissey, DeMello, Dylan, Pionk, and Sandberg Schmidt were on the blue line for the Jets. Laurent Brossoit gets his second start of the year, and Connor Hellebuyck backs him up, getting a very rare rest. The Jets usually don't have a good backup to give Hellebuyck these types of nights off. Yeah, before the game, I mentioned Lindstrom and Ullin and all that stuff as well. A shout out to Thomas Plekanec. I know this is a little inappropriate, but I had to mention it because it did come out today. Thomas Plekanec has officially retired from hockey. Of course, he hasn't played since, I want to say it was the 18-19 season. He played 3 games, coming back to Montreal, got into his 1,000th game. I believe he has, I want to say it's 1,001 or 1,002 career NHL games. But yeah, he has announced his retirement from hockey today. He's 40 years old. It's I believe they mentioned it was health struggles that are that is forcing him to retire, unfortunately. So yeah, best of luck to Thomas Plekanec in his retirement. He really deserved it. I can't. I was gonna say number 14 should be retired for him, but right now with Suzuki wearing it, I can't see that happening. Yeah, I don't know. They'll probably maybe honor him in some way. They can't put the jersey number up because Suzuki's wearing it, but like, yeah, best of luck to Plekanec. I'm sure he'll get honored eventually by the Montreal Canadiens. So the third line for the Habs started. Shots were 2-0 for the Jets 3 minutes in. And as well, I want to mention a lot of stuff before the game as well. I had family over, so I wasn't paying 100% attention to the game at certain points, unfortunately, which sucks because this was a very high-paced game once you got into the second and third periods. And overtime, I was fully devoted in the shootout, but the first period, I was a little bit, not preoccupied. I was paying attention to the game, but I was focusing on a couple different things at once. So the shots are 2-0 for the Jets 3 minutes in, and we got a penalty shot. Adam Lowry gets a shot off, but there's a stick to interrupt it. I didn't see who got it in. I think it was Anderson or Justin Barron. I'm not 100% sure, so don't quote me on that exactly. Lowry scores his first penalty shot as the captain. It's 1-0 Jets for the lead. That's just a good shot past Jake Allen. Probably wants it back. It's just a good shot. Not really much he can do there. But we'll tie it up less than a minute later. In fact, I believe they said it's 38 seconds later. Justin Barron all of a sudden gets his third of the season. Harvey Pinard and Gouli with the assists on that one. All of a sudden, it is a 1-1 tie game. Good shot under Brossois' right arm. Nice, well-placed shot. And that'll tie the game up. Habs then try to pressure. Jets get a couple tricky shots. Allen is able to make the save. Habs then go to the PK. Caulfield's called for a trip. That looked a little iffy, I thought. Habs are able to clear. There's some good ones that kill off time. The penalty kill was looking really good. Habs are 1-for-1 on the PK. With 6 seconds left on that PK, actually, the Jets take a penalty. It's a bench minor for too many men on the ice. Habs on the power play, which is somehow, by the way, 12th in the NHL, apparently. Clicking at 30.6% coming into tonight. Something like 20.6 to 21.6, something around there. Yeah, just it wasn't looking good to start. Suzuki off the drop pass, takes it right in, actually, the shot that's just wide. Habs can't get much. Sikorsky actually has a very rare bad pass with 30 seconds left. That kills off time. So we are also 0-for-1 on the power play tonight, as are the Jets, who then push a couple shots. Allen does hold with 9 to play. Wasn't letting them get much momentum. They take a couple shots. Allen holds, kind of die down the energy a little bit. Jets with a couple more shots, which are 11-4 for the Jets with 6 to play. They were buzzing. The top 6 for the Jets was playing quite well tonight, I thought. Yeah, Allen, by the way, had an incredible game. We'll get into a lot of what made it incredible, but yeah. Kind of a slow first period at this stage. Both teams were just kind of poking around with kind of 6 to play. There's some board play that just kills off time. And we get a scrum after a whistle. Scheifele was right in there. Gutless play as he doesn't want to face. Kind of gutless as he's in there. Everybody gets involved, and he just kind of backs away. He doesn't want to get involved. It was kind of 4 Habs and 1 Jet in there, so yeah. Gouli then gets called for a trip. Brendan Dillon went after him. Apparently, people were saying it was an elbow to the head. I didn't see that. Then again, fucking Sportsnet, or City, technically, but it was a Sportsnet broadcast they were showing. Kept showing the same angle where the little thing to hold the glass in was right here, and then Gouli and him are right here, so it just kind of shows the him going down. So I wasn't able to get a good look on if it was an elbow to the face. I'm going to say, if you see it, you do. If you don't, you don't. So, yeah. Pezzetta does nothing as Dillon just kind of grabs at Gouli's jersey, tries to give him a couple shots. Yeah, Pezzetta does nothing as Gouli, who, by the way, comes back for his first game since injury. Plays his first game since injury. Trying to lighten the mood a little bit, so yeah, I don't think it's going to happen, but I'm trying. Canadiens with the kill. Jets with some clears to kill, I should say. Jets, though, do get a couple opportunities late, but there's nothing that Allen isn't able to save. We are 2 for 2 on the PK tonight. Slavkovsky gets on a 2-on-1, a good chance. Anderson isn't able to get open to bury it. So yeah, Anderson is getting very snake bit. He would be all night tonight. Yeah. Monahan has a good semi-shift. I say semi-shift because he wasn't supposed to be on that line. There was a line change going on. Monahan wasn't able to get off. So, yeah, there is a good shift, though, with those three. Great chance, but there's nothing in terms of a goal, but they do get a good look. They do look like they have some chemistry, Suzuki and Caulfield with Monahan. Would like to see that, but I don't know who moves to the right wing. Huh? Maybe Monahan plays center, and then if he wins a faceoff or whatever, they just switch him and Suzuki. Maybe Monahan's a natural right wing. They just put him literally where Harvey Pinard and Anderson have been playing. I don't know, but yeah. Jets push in the dying minutes, and Jake Allen is Carey Price with 17 seconds left. It felt like 3 or 4 shots in the span of about 10 seconds. As I put save after save after save, the pucks keep getting loose. Habs aren't able to scramble. Allen makes a save here, gets across, makes a save. It's loose, scrambles for it. Allen had a great period. Only allowed the one goal on the 16 shot on the one goal, 16 saves. Shots are 17-7 for the Jets. It's a 1-1 tie game after 20 minutes of play, and the Jets score 2-1 just like that. 15 seconds into the second period, Adam Lowry gets a pass from behind the net. Allen doesn't see it at all. Buries it into a half wide open net. You could see that as being on the defense. I think if Allen's gonna be looking, say this is the right post. If Allen's gonna be there, he needs to be able to at least get a look on where the puck is, and just he should be able to see this guy has a guy on him. So like, okay, try and push like a little. I don't know. It's on both Allen for not being able to read the pass, and both the Habs not saying Allen, left or whatever. So like, that's probably on both sides. Tomato if you want to blame it on Allen or the players on the ice. I'm going to say both, actually, now that I think about it. And then the Jets score again. As I put get Allen out of the net, I'm very happy they didn't. 18 seconds after the 2-1 goal, Nino Niederreiter makes it 3-1. That is a goal that I actually will blame on Jake Allen. Should have kept his pad down. Lifts it just a little bit. And yeah, Jack Guy's covering Niederreiter, but he gets the backhand off, just goes kind of 5-hole again under the pad. Not necessarily 5-hole, but you get what I mean. Under the pad, that is a soft one. I will say that is, I think, the one goal you can put on Jake Allen 100% tonight. Again, the first goal was just a very good shot. Second goal, you can put on whoever. I'm putting it on both sides. Third goal, put that on Allen, whatever. Jets then push for the 4-1 lead. Habs back the other way. Anderson can't get a pass through. That gets turned over. Habs with some more chances. Jets get loose shots. Habs go to the power play as Evans was tripped up. I want to say it was by Adam Lowry. I think that was the penalty he took. And the Habs score. Jets aren't able to clear it first. There's some good pressure by the Habs. And I just realized the one thing I didn't put up, probably because it wasn't appropriate to start the stream with, but I think it's safe to say I can put it up at this stage. We are talking about the game. Yeah. So, sorry, boys. I'm just trying to... sorry, guys. I'm trying to look at... I'm trying to find any updates. Yeah. Sorry, boys. I'm I'm typing in Discord as I record. No, but yeah, the Canadiens score. The Jets aren't able to clear. To start the penalty kill for them. Habs get some good pressure. Really solid playmaking. Just nice passing around. They tried to find Caulfield. They saw he was getting covered. It's funny that the more that teams recognize, oh yeah, we got to cover Caulfield, the more the other four are open and are being able to score as a result. Like, they know how deadly Caulfield is, but it feels like they are leaving teams are leaving the other four on the ice for the Canadiens wide open a lot more as a result. And I'll admit the Canadiens actually are able to adapt to that at this point. Or very early, first 2-3 games in the season, they weren't. It felt like tonight, to an extent last game, but tonight, once we're able to get into the zone after the fucking drop pass and all that, if we even need the drop pass or whatever, but it feels like if we're able to get set up right away, we're able to adapt easily to Caulfield being covered up. So yeah, but we do score. Like I said, Matheson finds it up to Suzuki, who's playing around the Caulfield circle, passes it right in front to Monahan. Nice little dangle, good poise, shoots it, and he scores. Monahan with his team tied for the team lead in goals, 4th of the year, gets it down to 3-2. Habs are 1 for 2 on the power play tonight. Habs try to push, but the Jets go other way. They actually have momentum after the 3-2 deficit goal for the Habs. There's a near 3-on-2 that converts, but Allen makes a save on Kyle Connor. Jets with some more push. The third line actually looks good. The third line was the line for the Jets that had the most goals. That was Lowry with Niederreiter with the 3 goals combined. Third line gets some chances, but Allen stopping what he can. Habs tried to push. There's some good looks for the top line when Anderson isn't out there. Genuinely, I do think if you demote Anderson to the fourth line, I think it's not even that like, oh, he's snake bitten, he's going to score. I don't know. I don't want to say, oh, swap Anderson and Armia just because Armia scored tonight. But I do think if you swapped them, you give that look like, hey, Armia scored, he's getting that promotion to the first line. Anderson's on the fourth line, just kind of get it together. He's not playing awful. It's just that he's trying way too hard to get a goal. And as a result, he ends up turning over the puck a lot more than I think he usually would if he was just playing, relaxing as himself. I very much compared him to Scott Gomez during the game. Scott Gomez, when he had that year-long drought, and I'm not saying Anderson's going to have a year-long drought between goals. No, that's not going to happen. He's going to score probably in the next 5 games, at least, in the next 5 games. But it felt like watching highlights of Scott Gomez, not highlights, I guess lowlights technically of Scott Gomez, watching games from around 2010, 2011, because there's a channel, Sarge72, that has a lot of old NHL games, Habs included. Watching games from when Gomez was with the Canadiens, certain ones, it felt like he would try that little bit too hard. He would go in a little bit too early on and cause an offside. You know, that feels like what Josh Anderson is doing right now. And I get that. He wants to he wants to play well and get points out there. But it's just, there's a certain point where you are trying too hard and you're not going to get chances. Suzuki would set up some good plays. Jets, though, come back the other way. Very, very back and forth. Both teams get a couple chances. Oh, come back the other way, get a couple chances. A couple 2-on-1s for the Jets, it felt like. A lot of the 2-on-1s were going the Jets' way. Not in terms of scoring, but just in terms of actually getting shots off. Habs weren't getting many at all this game. Both teams do get good looks. Habs then work over the Jets with about, actually very back and forth, I should say, about 6 minutes left. But the Habs work over the Jets, so there's some chances. Andy sends one wide. Kovacevic had a nice chance. I want to say, actually, when the first period this was, shot just wide. Kovacevic has been playing very, very well. He's not getting goals, but he is someone genuinely who I actually think he is playing well by pushing. He's not trying too hard, but he's getting rushes. He sees there's a rush chance open. He's going to join it. He actually creates some traffic. I actually like what Kovacevic has been doing again. Even though he's not getting goals, he's providing well offensively in terms of getting those opportunities. And him and Anderson are going to get one in the next 5 games, I think. Very, very solid game for Kovacevic. Anderson, again, more half and half just because he is trying too hard and causing turnovers. So, yeah. There's a scramble in the crease. Who else but Gallagher's in there? Whistle goes. There's nearly a tie game for the Canadiens as a result, though. Brossoit not pissed at Gallagher. They actually have a little bit of a conversation. Looked like Gallagher was smiling after their conversation. So probably something like, hey, what are you doing in here? You know, oh, I'm trying to score. Oh, understandable. Have a good day. Something like that. So, yeah, Habs had momentum still late in the period. Allen wasn't needing to make too many saves after a flurry of shots throughout the majority of the second period. Weirdly enough, though, it did feel, to me at least, like once the Habs scored that power play goal, the Jets' momentum slowly died. It wasn't, like, again, they pressured right after, but it did feel like a slow decline in the Jets' pressure, and the Canadiens were starting to pile it on. Late stages in the second, like I said, a lot of momentum after the power play goal. But speaking of power plays, the Jets would get one with 7 seconds left. Justin Barron is called for delay of game, puck over glass. Obviously, the 7 seconds left, you can't do anything. Shots are 30-17 for the Jets. They have a 3-2 lead into the third and final period. Jets are on the power play, early pressure. Habs clear. Harvey Pinard gets in. Good short-handed shot right off the post. Right off the post. Seriously, like Harvey Pinard comes in. It's like post, boom. It's post, and it's like sent right into the boards on the offside. I thought that actually went in. I thought it was like puck in and somehow slingshots, but no, it's just off the post. Really well placed shot for Harvey Pinard. I actually don't think Harvey Pinard has a goal this year. No, he doesn't. He has 3 assists though. Spoiler, but he's been playing very well as well. Harvey Pinard, that's something as well that I've noticed is his line which I believe he's on the third line with. No, he was on the second line tonight, actually. Surprisingly, the second line was not as noticeable as usual. I think the first line played quite well. Second line was kind of whatever. Third line played well, and the fourth line was quite decent for what it was supposed to be. And yeah, for me, I actually think that surprisingly, second line played the weakest tonight. But then again, it wasn't even weak. It was just okay, which I think what you want. Okay, not out of the second line, but occasionally you can have those games where you're not bad. You're just okay. Get a couple chances, give them a couple chances, whatever. But the Canadiens score regardless. The Jets back the other way. Off a turnover, though. Good transition game by the Canadiens. Gooley actually tries to shoot it, but it's off a Jets leg. Gets to Armia. Nice shot. Ties it up with 1 second left shorthanded. I actually wasn't sure if that would count as a shorthanded goal. Looked like the Hab was just stepping onto the ice, but if the last couple games are any indicator, that is going to count as a shorthanded goal. Joel Armia, like I said, with his first of the year. In his first game, he is on pace. If he plays every game, he's on pace for 82 goals. He absolutely can do that. But seriously, though, Armia gets his first of the year. That probably feels good in his Habs debut for this season. It's a 3-3 tie game as well. 3 for 3 on the PK. Very fitting. And then we get a fight. Dylan, it looked like, hit Pearson sort of from behind. I didn't actually get a full read on the play beforehand. Pearson doesn't like it. They drop the gloves. Kind of a big boy fight. I believe Pearson's 6'2", 6'3". Dylan, I think, is 6'6". Pearson gets a couple licks in, but Dylan, as a natural fighter and being taller, does get a win. It looked for a second like he knocked Pearson out, but I think Pearson just missed his balance because he was up immediately. It wasn't like, knockout, out for a couple seconds. No, it was like, he gets hit, they go down, and then right away he's like, all right, come on, let's get up. So, I don't think he got knocked out. It looked like it, but I don't think he did. So, yeah. Dylan does win the fight, but Pearson, props to him for sticking up for himself. Habs then look to push. Jets were in control, a couple shots. Habs turning it over. There isn't much at this stage. They were able to clear the zone just to get some line changes. Habs 7 minutes in, though, do start to push. The fourth line actually gets a good chance. It's Pizzetta with a good shot off the rush. Jets to get momentum. They look for the lead. Habs are able to cut them off. And then I just put Carey Price is in Jake Allen tonight. I could have worded that a lot better, but I meant to say Jake Allen is Carey Price. Seriously, I think that was the 2-on-1 chance that he made a very, very damn good Carey Price save. Seriously, I genuinely don't know what it is with Jake Allen this year, but the dude is Carey Price this year. I genuinely don't know what it is with Jake Allen this year. And I mean that in probably the best possible way that I could mean it. It's not in what's with Jake Allen, but seriously what's with Jake Allen? There's those different tones. This is and you know what? Why not? After this game, I will give you Jake Allen's stats for this year because he has been fucking elite this year. And I mean that. We'll get into that in a minute, though. Not in a minute, a couple minutes. Both teams are turning the puck over. Habs, though, nearly capitalized off of kind of a strange turnover. There's a 3-on-2. The shot is stopped by Brossoit. Anderson then hits Scheifele behind the Habs net. You love to see it. The Habs crowd kind of cheered a little bit. Canadiens get momentum. 4 minutes left in the third. Jack has a nice shot, just high and wide. Kupari and Scheifele get stopped on breakaways. This is Jake Allen's night. Habs to the PK. With 1:42 left, remember, the Canadiens can't get momentum. After Armia gets tripped up, Habs can't get power plays either. Jack Guy gets called for a high stick. I felt if you let the tripping go, you should have let the high stick go, but whatever. Shorthanded rush for Monahan, nice one, but Brossoit wanted to play it. The whistle goes half a second before. It's like the whistle, and then it's like, whoo, and then he threw it out right after, so that kind of sucks. Jets in the dying second look for the ball, besting goal. I think it was Mason Appleton who got in. Nice shot, saved by Jake Allen. Shots are 41-28 for the Jets. We go to overtime with a 3-3 game tying goal. And game tying goal. Yeah, no. Look for the game winning goal. Sorry. We are in a 3-3 tie game. My brain is all fucking scrambled right now. Jets still on the power play with 18 seconds left. The Habs clear it, and We are 4 for 4 on the PK tonight. With the amount of penalty kills, the amount of penalties that we had to kill off correlate with the amount of goals we scored. No, don't look up there. Jack Guy out of the box. He's on the puck after a brief turnover. Good deke, but there's no shot. He almost won it. The Jets well to defend. There's a short whistle afterwards, so the 4-on-4 quickly goes back to 3-on-3. Jets pressure 2 minutes in. They try to tire out a Habs first line of Suzuki, Caulfield, and I think it was Barron out there. A couple shots for Jake Allen. He's made 42 saves tonight. Habs then push in the final minute after a nice stop by Allen. First line pressure. By the way, I actually should mention, Jets called a timeout right before they got the power play. Not right before the power play. After they got the power play, before the first puck drop on the power play with 1:42 left. Habs call a timeout with about a minute left. They wanted to get the top line out there. They would. There's some good passing trying to find Caulfield. He has open space. Caulfield almost won it in the exact same manner he won last game, where he comes in off of the blue line, kind of cuts through the right circle in the middle, and with the shot, almost got it, but wasn't able to get the shot off, unfortunately. Then with 10 seconds left from the left circle, gets a shot. It's just wide of the crossbar. That would have been electric. Back-to-back game-winning goals. Probably would have been the first time in NHL history a player is the fastest to reach a mark and then hit the second mark the next game. That would have been sick. But the final shots are 45-29 for the Jets. And still a 3-3 tie game into the shootout. Suzuki with the first shot in. He scores. Beauty of a deke just by Brossoit, puts it on the pad. Scheifele with the Boo Birds. The Boo Birds were out all night, to quote the hockey guy, the Boo Birds were out all night. Every time Scheifele's on the puck, they booed. One of the commentators actually brought up a really funny story when they were in Vancouver. They noticed that, not a former player, I think he's just a fan or something like that, but every time that they were in Vancouver, after Duncan Keith had a hit on, I think it was Daniel Sedin in the playoffs one year, every time afterwards they'd constantly booed Duncan Keith every time he touched the puck. Even after Daniel Sedin retired, no matter if he was with the Canucks or the Oilers, they would boo him. So that was a pretty funny story. I thought that was kind of funny and was actually relevant compared to a lot of the stories that the commentators usually tell during the games. It's like, okay, well, what does that have to do with anything? That one actually felt like, this is a relatable situation. So yeah, Scheifele gets saved. Caulfield just stopped. Nice save, or kind of cuts in from the left circle. Almost went for like a Kuznetsov, not as slow, but just kind of tried to trick out Brossoit, wasn't able to, just a little shot. Connor comes in, doesn't really know. He just kind of, Scheifele actually froze. Just kind of froze and just shot it. Easy glove stop for Jake Allen. Connor comes in, shot misses. Monahan in, nice shot. Just trickles off the post. That would have won it. That would have been sick. It's left to Ehlers to tie the game for the Winnipeg Jets. He's saved by Jake Allen. The Habs win 4-3 in a shootout. Back-to-back 4-3 wins with the comeback. You love to see it. Holy fuck, as I put at the end of my notes. Now, before we get to the regular stats, I think it's only appropriate if I get to Jake Allen's stats tonight, because holy shit, he deserved it. And by the way, I actually want to point out, first game that he gets, not first game that he gets, next game that he plays is his 400th career NHL game. So props to Jake Allen for that. Big shout out to him in advance. He, I would think, plays Vegas. I don't know if they want to play him for his 400th there, or if they'll hold off until the next home game. I doubt they will, but we'll see. Either way, I'm assuming it's going to be a nice ovation for Montreal whenever he does get that honor. But Jake Allen so far this season has played 4 games, 2 0-1 records, so I forget where that 4th game comes in, unless they're not counting it on his record right now. 2.63 goals against average, a .930 save percentage. So yeah, Jake Allen is, he's playing pretty goddamn elite this year so far. Yeah, Jake Allen has just been absolutely incredible. And, yeah, so the Montreal Canadiens with the win. Let's get into the final stats. Cole Caulfield leads the Canadiens with 4 goals, 5 assists, 9 points. Still a point per game. Sean Monahan, 4 goals, 3 assists, 7 points. Nick Suzuki, 1 goal, 6 assists, 7 points. He's playing quite well recently. Mike Matheson, 2 goals, 4 assists, 6 points. Tanner Pearson, 3 goals, 2 assists, 5 points. Alex Newhook, 3 goals, 1 assist, 4 points. Justin Barron with 3 goals, surprisingly. Brendan Gallagher, 2 goals, 1 assist, 3 points. Raphael Harpinard and Caden Gooley, each with 3 assists. Gooley no longer day-to-day. Kirby Doc, who's unfortunately out for the rest of the year. Arbor Jacki and David Savard, who's unfortunately out 6 to 8 weeks, all have 2 assists. Jake Evans, Jesse Ullinen, and Joel Armia, each with a goal. Yaroslav Kofsky, Michael Pizzetta, and Jordan Harris, each with an assist. Arbor Jacki and Michael Pizzetta, each with 2 fights. Tanner Pearson with 1 as well. So yeah, guys, that is going to do it for today's game. Thank you guys so much for watching. My name is Rice. Do not forget to like, comment, subscribe, favorite, share. It includes, but it's not limited to YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, channels. My name is Rice. Subscribe to my Puff Club, Hazy Club, D Nation, Remember Squad, the Warren comments, it's been greatly appreciated. Links to the description, the Amazon business, PO Box, PayPal, the Discord, Letterboxd, Premium account, the Twitch, and the Streamlabs are all down there as well. Thank you guys again for watching. My name is Rice. Adam Lowry, always remember, no matter how bad we were last year, how good we are to start the year like this year. Go Habs, go, baby. Thank you guys again so much for watching. My name is Rice again, and I'm out. Love you guys. See you guys. Bye, guys. Love you guys. See you guys. Bye, guys. Bye. Let's go, baby. Fucking Habs win. What a W.